Morning, everyone. Thanks again for being here with us on the Good Morning Show on this Wednesday morning.
It is a Wednesday.
We're trying to have a wonderful Wednesday. Yeah. And the weather is kind of helping out with that for those of us who don't like it to be cold.
If you don't want the cold, for sure.
Exactly.
I was thinking yesterday, I wore all the Santa stuff yesterday, and I was like, I probably should have wore Rudolph yesterday with the fog.
Oh, right.
Right? So I went to Christmas lights for today to help light it up a little bit for you, because that fog, my goodness.
Still there.
It is really thick in spots
gosh.
again out there, so be careful. You know the vermin are out there lurking. Let's see what we got on our forecast. We start on the big board here with temperatures that are spanning mostly the upper 50s and low 60s. All right, mid 50s too. It's 56 in Valdosta, 57 Perry and Tallahassee, but 64 in Bainbridge. Normal morning temperatures this time of year is supposed to be like 46 or 47, not 56 or 57. And look at all the visibilities at a quarter mile or less. Or Dothan and Bainbridge and Quincy and Perry all down to 1/4 mile. So yeah, that fog real thick again, and that fog is going to stay real thick again, I think probably till 9, 10 o'clock. Shower chances way out west and way up north, and they're going to continue moving from the south and west to the north and east around our area. And that likely means we stay dry. Just got to deal with the humidity and the fog in the morning. Once we chew through that, lots of sunshine. Yeah, still some stubborn clouds, but I think that sunshine is going to get the temperatures climbing like it did yesterday. A pretty good chance to get up to 80. We'll talk more about some of the fog, and maybe when we can finally start looking for some changes. I'll break all that down in just a couple of minutes.
The last Senate race of the 2022 midterm elections wrapping up in Georgia yesterday, 4 weeks after Election Day. CBS News projecting Democrat Raphael Warnock wins re-election to the U.S. Senate. That puts the incoming Senate at 51 Democrats and 49 Republicans.
Now, both failed to reach 50% of the vote last month, so that's why we had the runoff. Senator Raphael Warnock and his family celebrate his win on the runoff at the state's campaign headquarters in Atlanta.
I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart, and to God be the glory.
Now, Herschel Walker thanking his supporters at the College Football Hall of Fame.
So I want to say I'm never going to stop fighting for Georgia. I'm never going to stop fighting for you because you're my family.
And Herschel Walker putting up quite the fight against the senator for the past few months, now gaining a lot of momentum along the way.
Our sister station's James Giles with WTVM has more on what's next for Walker.
The dust is settled and Republican Herschel Walker falls to Democratic Senator Raphael Warnock. The race remained tight up until the very end, and supporters remained hopeful that their candidate could pull off the victory. What's next for Herschel Walker? When addressing his supporters from the College Football Hall of Fame Tuesday evening, he thanked them and his donors, going on to say running for this Senate seat was one of the best things he's done in his life.
The reason I'm going to say that is I got a chance to meet all you and to hear what you guys feel about this country. And I got a chance for you guys to tell me what you do feel about this country. I got a chance to go into your homes, got a chance that you invested in Herschel Walker. And I thank you. And I thank you so much.
Meanwhile, also in Atlanta, it was all cheers and excitement inside the Warnock camp as the race was called around 10:30 in his favor.
Catrice Nolan has more on Warnock's next steps.
Senator Reverend Raphael Warnock is headed back to Washington, D.C. to serve the people of Georgia for 6 more years, and this crowd was definitely excited to see the senator bring home the win.
With that chant and cheers, Senator Raphael Warnock addressed a room full of supporters in Atlanta.
It is my honor to utter the 4 most powerful words ever spoken in a democracy. The people have spoken.
The senator telling voters he has more work to do for the people of Georgia.
Whether you voted for me or not, that every single day I am going to keep working for you.
Warnock reciting the words he said his father often told him when it comes to doing a job.
I can hear my dad of blessed memory say, get up, get dressed, put your shoes on, get ready. Are you ready, Georgia?
The senator says that Wednesday they immediately get to work to make sure that the people of Georgia get what they need from the U.S. Senate.
Now, Georgia voters turning out in record numbers for this runoff election. While nearly 2 million people voted early, many still opting to vote in person on Election Day.
Our Savannah Kelly has a recap of the busy day for Georgia polling places.
Georgia voters across the state casting their ballots for the second time in a month.
It's such a privilege and an honor to get out here and do my civic duty.
Tuesday, the runoff election between incumbent Raphael Warnock and his challenger, Herschel Walker.
It's important to my children, my grandchildren, and most of all me while I'm still here on this earth.
State elections officials say about 1.9 million Georgians voted early and at least 1 million showed up on Election Day.
Pretty sizable turnout with the number we're looking at right now. We walked in thinking we'd at least go over 1 million. We're guaranteed to go over 1,000,001, probably approaching 1,000,002.
Georgia Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger says regardless of the outcome, he wants voters to trust in the process.
We're having a fair and honest election. One of the candidates was going to come up short, the other one's going to win. And I know that one of the campaigns will be happy doing handstands, the other one will be disappointed.
Savannah Kelly, WCTV Eyewitness News.
Now, with Warnock's win, Democrats now have a 51-49 advantage in the U.S. Senate. Our election coverage doesn't stop here, by the way. We've got complete coverage online at WCTV.tv and in our free WCTV News app. Just search for WCTV in your phone or tablet's app store. It's available now.
6:07. Now to an update in the civil lawsuit filed by Gabby Petito's parents. Gabby Petito vanished in the summer of 2021 while on a cross-country road trip with boyfriend Brian Laundrie. He later returned home without her, then disappeared. His body was later found in a nature reserve with a notebook claiming responsibility for Petito's death. In March, Petito's parents sued Laundrie's parents, alleging they knew their son murdered Gabby and helped him flee. Now this week, the Petitos filed a motion to add the Laundrie family attorney as a defendant, claiming they knew Gabby had been murdered when he issued a statement about the search for her.
Time now for First Alert Weather with meteorologist Rob Nucatola.
So our day planner wants to start our temperatures way up in the 50s and get them this afternoon, probably right around 80 degrees, warm for December for sure. And I think we're going to continue with this, including the morning fog like we've had for the past couple of days, for the next couple of days. Now, hopefully we'll have less fog the next few mornings. Hopefully it's going to be less dense out there this morning, but still with the dense fog advisory that is expected to last until 10 o'clock. So that means we're expecting to have those frequent visibility dips for the next several hours. I don't see a lot on the satellite radar composite picture. I don't think we're going to find a lot on it. I think once we chew through this fog, things will clear up. And as we do get more sunshine, that's when the temperatures are really going to start perking up. Here's some of those numbers around the region. And again, today, south and east, where maybe it's a little drier and a little clearer. That's where we have some of the cooler temperatures. 55 in Cross City, 56 in Perry and in Valdosta. Thomasville, we're at 55. It's 57 in Tallahassee. It's 59 in Quincy. It's 65 in Bainbridge and 67 in Mariana. So yeah, we've got some warmer temperatures to the north and to the west. I see a lot of reduced visibility. So many spots at below 1 mile. Dothan and Bainbridge and Quincy and Apalachicola and Valdosta and Perry and Cross City, all below 1 mile. We're probably going to find more areas at least bouncing around that way. So be careful on the roads. You know the vermin. They're out there lurking. I always low beam headlights in those areas of fog. Over the next couple of days, not a lot is changing. Higher pressure is going to be our big weather player. It's going to shield us from any of the rain that's off to the north and west, moving off to the north and east, so around our part of the southeast. And so for the next couple of days, we keep the rain chances at a bare minimum. Some drizzle and mist in some of that fog for sure. But in the afternoons, with clearing up and more sunshine, it's going to get warm. Top temperatures are likely going to be over 80 each of the next few days.